Mhm. Is it working? Is it working? I think it is. Yay! There we go. Alright, welcome everybody. Welcome back to another episode, stream, whatever you want to call it, of Space Engineers. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching this live, hello. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello to you as well. Alright, so today we're doing a bit of cleanup and preparation work for the next stage of this project, meaning the upper floor. And before we can tackle that, I think we need to clean up things like this, these holes in the whole form, and then slowly we'll have to start to build up the upper circle, basically. And yeah, that is not quite 100% sure how that will look. I think I'll have to consult the circle chart for that again. But first and foremost, we just need a bunch of steel and just clean up some of these nasty holes that we have in our construction up here, especially on the later parts over here where we completely abandoned any sense of completing the outer hull. So we're basically just smoothing it out. That's the main thing. So yeah, that's the goal. I don't know how far we'll get, but also I'm already kind of like in my mind planning for the next floor. You know how things will look like, and also I kind of started playing some more creative mode again, and I'm using a ton of mods again, and I'm actually kind of experimenting with you know, new ways to build ships. You know, especially because with the addition of when they put the small window blocks in, that really opened up new design ways, especially for small ships, because in the past you basically were locked to one form of cockpit or two. If you had the DLC, you had three forms of cockpit, and now what you can do, well, with the DLC again, you can actually use the what is it called? The control seat? Oh no, wait, they added that for non-DLC right now as well. That's right. You can use that one for small ships. This one. And then model a cockpit around it with the small window blocks, which then you can enhance with transparent LCDs. Now these are DLC bound, but if you have those, you can really create yourself like a mixture between a cockpit with a window and some like almost like heads-up display. You know, if you ever saw like a photo from within a fighter jet, they have these kind of like in front of them between the window and themselves. They got this like a little glass plate where they have a heads-up display on it. You know, where they display various things, and that's what you kind of can create with these transparent LCDs. It's really, really, really cool. So I've been, well, working with that for the most part lately. But yeah. So far, right now we have to kind of do the non-interesting work. It's kind of like a good balance on this ship. There's always like stretches where you just have to like weld plates and that's it. And then every once in a while you get a bit more of a challenging part where you have to design a room, fix a certain constellation of problems. You know, that's what I kind of like about Space Engineers. Because there's a lot of games that don't get the balance right between the exciting part of the game, you know, the challenging, the skill part, where you have to strategize, where you have to think about things, and the grind. Because I think a good game needs a bit of grind. You know, because if a game just hands everything to you and you can skip everything and everything is easy, that's just not an interesting game. That's, in my opinion. So, getting a good balance between having like an exceedingly hard grind that takes for hours, that's not fun, and having no grind and just getting handed everything, that's a balance that you need to find. And I feel in Space Engineers, especially because you create your own content, as so to speak, you have like exceeding control over this. The way I'm doing it right now, I feel is very nice, at least for me. But yeah. There we go. Also, I've been started playing another game, Yakuza 0. I have no idea what that game is about. I know it's like a series of games, but I've never played any of them. And I saw it's on it was on the, I think, the Chinese New Year sales, as far as I know. I picked it up there because it looked interesting to me, and I've played for like, I don't know, half an hour, and in that half an hour there was like 5 minutes of gameplay and the rest was cutscenes. I mean, I guess that's at the beginning of a game, that's okay, but it felt more like watching an anime than playing a game. To be fair, there's other games that do that as well that I really like. Metal Gear Solid, for example, is a very big culprit in that area of having probably more cutscenes than gameplay. I distinctively remember, I think it was Metal Gear Solid, oh god, 4? Guns of the Patriots? With Old Snake? I think that was 4, right? I know I was playing that during the week, you know, it was back in the day when I had to go to school. And it's a bit different now that I have to go to work, because now I go to bed very late, because I can go to work and, you know, I'll travel an hour by train, I can sleep on the train for another hour, and then I'm fit. It doesn't even matter if I had like 5 or 4 hours of sleep. I'm awake. When I went to school, however, that was a bit different. Then I had to go to bed early because, you know, I need to be awake, my mind needs to be focused, right? And I remember it was like maybe 10 minutes away from my bedtime, and I beat the final boss in Metal Gear Solid 4. And I was like, yes, that's it. Nice. And now we're gonna watch the ending cutscene, and then we're gonna go to sleep. Yeah. I don't know how long the ending cutscene of Metal Gear Solid 4 is, but it is long. I think it's at least half an hour or something. It's like crazy. There's so much things they have to kind of, you know, clear up so that you understand. There's a reveal, and then there's a sequence. What happened to this character, and it goes on forever. It's like really insane. And I know the next day I was in school. I was deadly tired, and I couldn't do anything basically for the whole day. It was really it was kind of amazing, but also kind of insane. And you know, that's sometimes what I miss about being, you know, back in the day, being a kid, having less responsibilities. You could just, you know, a lot of things were managed for you, and if you, basically, you know, your parents watched out that you go to bed at a reasonable time, so you were always awake. And now, basically, everything falls onto you, right? As an adult. If you wake up in the next morning and you're fucked up, that's all your fault. And you have nothing to blame but yourself. It's really... But, you know, normally that doesn't happen to me. I'm quite a childish person, but in these regards, I think fairly responsible. That I don't fuck up or sabotage my own life in that sense. But yeah. Even when I drink, I don't think I ever had a hangover so bad that I couldn't go to work. To be fair, I normally don't drink when I have to go to work next day, but, you know. Every once in a while it will happen when I go to a concert or something during the week. And I don't know, when I go to a concert I want to enjoy myself, and so I drink, so what the hell. But yeah, I don't think I ever had such a bad hangover that I couldn't go to work. To be fair, my work is, well, it is kind of mostly a head thing. So if you're having a headache, that's not very nice to work with, but I can manage, I guess, but still. It's what I thought when I was sick a few weeks ago. I was thinking there was jobs probably in this world where you would say, I would not go to work like that. But for me, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm a bit, I need to cough a lot, I need to sneeze, I'm a bit, not dizzy, but, you know, a bit, that is okay. I sit in my office all day and I'm programming. That's okay, I can deal with that. But, you know. On the other hand, if I break a finger, that's probably gonna be cause for me to stay home, because that will really impact my work. And the problem is that will also impact my ability to play games when I'm not at work. Yeah, my brother had such an unfortunate incident where he broke his what do you say that, his hand. I don't know if that's the right medical term. It was a bone in his hand, like somewhere around here, and basically prevented him from work because he works in IT as well, and if you have your right hand in a cast, it's just not very feasible to go to work when you work like 90% of the time on a computer, because you're so freaking slow if you have to do everything with one hand. It just doesn't work. And then on the other side, he was at home the whole time and he couldn't play games. That was infuriating, I could imagine. But yeah. Because I remember back in the day when I was sick for school and I had to stay at home, I always remember like, I'm so sick, I need to stay at home. But I can play games, right? I'm fit enough to play games. And basically, the idiom also always was, if you're fit enough to play games, you can go to work. Well, it still kind of is today, because again, if I'm able to play games, I probably can work. If my mind is good enough to figure out some weird puzzles and to place blocks and weld them and remember recipes, then I probably can program stuff. That's okay. Alright, so what do we have to do next? Let's see, we have that. I think that's all good. That quarter still needs to be fixed. And then we'll have to look at it from below as well. Because potentially from below we haven't got all the surfaces as well. I don't know, I haven't checked yet, but that might be a thing. And then what we'll have to do next is get basically the circle of the... basically on the level here, where this block sits now. Because there will be also a circle on top of here, basically smoothing out that that angle from which it goes from here to there. You know, it's going to be a smooth transition. So we have to kind of calculate how big that circle is going to be, because this is wrong. I know this is wrong. This goes straight down to the wing, and that is not the right angle. So we have to recalculate this and then basically lay out the circles. But yeah, I think we'll have to consult the mighty chart of circles for that. Because otherwise this is gonna end up like a weird construct if I don't... I have to like work very exact on this, otherwise it's gonna be terrible. Right, let's make another 2,000 of those. There we go. Whoop. Okay. Let me weld all of that. Is everything welded? I think I went too fast on those. No, everything's good. Nice. Okay, let me weld these for now. These are the basic, the biggest radius on our ship. This is as big as the ship is gonna get. And then from upwards it's gonna get smaller, and downwards as well, obviously. Let me grab some more. Ah, there we go. I've been like looking forward to news for potential further updates, but I think I've not seen anything pop up recently. It's like, I don't know. I'm like waiting for something, like a teaser or something, like a little note what's gonna come in the next update. I'm not sure yet. It's sometimes these are the anticipation, you know. Because sometimes you're like, I've experienced that a few times, that I was doing something in creative, and then a new update came, and I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing, I need to do this now. And then abandoning that project completely. You know? I don't think it will happen here, because I'm very focused on this now, but still, it's sometimes these updates can really shape the way you play, because you know, oh, it's gonna the next update's gonna do that, so let me prepare. You know, let me do this and prepare for whatever is gonna be added next. But so far, I haven't seen much really. It's oh, also, I think I talked about that last week about the Warcraft Reforged. I've looked it up now. It's the new Warcraft 3 remastered thingy. Warcraft Reforged, I think it's called. Apparently disaster. There's a few people I heard that refunded the game, or tried to. I'm not sure if it works everywhere. I've heard people that couldn't refund the thing, or Blizzard wouldn't refund it, whatever. But yeah, I think my brother bought it as well, and he played it a little bit and refunded it as well. It was terrible, apparently. And also, there was like a very controversial thing about the map editor. Because, as you might as well know, Warcraft 3 back in the day came with a pretty spiffing map editor. That was... It was kind of annoying to learn how to use it, but once you could use it, you could create quite amazing stuff. And if you ever played Warcraft 3 back in the day and went online, there was a ton of different, like, new game types that people invented. You know, the whole tower defense thing. That's where I came to know that from. You know, nowadays if you hear tower defense, you might think of like these flash game websites, or mobile games do it a lot. But that's where I came into contact with tower defense games, Warcraft 3, because there was a lot of different maps that people made, and also, most people know that, not everybody, Dota came from a Warcraft 3 map. It was a map somebody made, and it was played online, and it was so popular that it was made into its own game. And basically, Blizzard didn't really like that, because, you know, they had provided a tool that somebody used to create their own game and made money off of that. You know what I mean? And they didn't like that much, and to basically prevent this in the future, they, with that Warcraft Reforged thingy, with that map editor, there basically is some sort of a license agreement that you agree to basically hand over your rights to every map that you create is basically belongs to Blizzard. Which is kind of fucked up if you think about it, in some sort. And I think I mentioned this as well. We made our own tower defense thingy for our LAN party that we have every year, which is coming up in a few months. I'm already hyped. And, you know, it wasn't a big thingy because basically that thing, this map that we made, it's not something we could ever make money off, because basically it contains a lot of copyrighted music that plays, you know, during the waves. You know, every time there's a wave coming that you need to defend, there's a different music playing based on the wave that's coming for you, and it's kind of a hilarious thing. But you could never distribute this like in a official capacity, because it would be a rights nightmare. Obviously, it would be. But, you know, in a private... this is just for us privately. This is never going to be shared or anything like that. So, for us, that was not the main reason to refund it. But, I mean, let's be honest. This is kind of a weird thing if a company does something like that. I can understand it from a business standpoint, but I'm pretty sure there would have been a better solution than this. Because, I don't know, it just comes over like a very harsh thing to do. And Blizzard had made quite a lot of fuck-ups recently, so... Hello, just call me Duts. How are you doing? Welcome. I'm just welding stuff. Quite mundane right now. I'm just trying to finish off some construction on my thingy here. I'm talking about Blizzard and They're the what is it called? The Warcraft Reforged thingy, the remaster of Warcraft 3, and the whole shenanigans with the map editor and that you fork over the rights of the maps that you create with the map editor to Blizzard. Okay, so you played the remastered thing. You played it. Is it good as a game? The game itself, is that good? Because I've heard a lot of negative things about it, but mostly like from that map editor thing. So the game itself is good, is it? I could imagine that it is, but, I haven't touched it yet. Because I have a lot of the original, like 3 CDs of the original Warcraft 3 and Frozen Throne. I can play that every time I want to, so... But yeah. Yeah, see, I know, there's a lot of people that do not care about the editor. I can understand that, because it's a complicated piece of work, and if you... I mean, yeah. Fair enough. I know that it annoys me, because I used to do a lot with the editor. But yeah. But, then again, if the game is good, and you don't need the editor, then, yeah, I can see why you would play it and buy it. But that's the reason why I haven't touched it yet, because I'm a bit, not suspicious, but a bit hesitant when it comes to that. Because I like to have the rights to my own map. But again, I understand the decision from a business point of view. Oh well, they generally got a lot of backlash recently for a lot of things they did. Let's be honest. Sometimes I don't know if a lot of things were like accidents, or if sometimes, when you watch these things from like a distance, it might seem like they don't care about certain things, but it's so hard to tell. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, because I used to love Blizzard. Like, they were the favorite game developer of all time for me. And recently they have misstepped a few times, but yeah. I can see that. I mean, Warcraft 3 was always one of my favorite games. And if they improved on that just purely for that, that is a good thing. I can see that. I can see that. No harm or fault in that. I mean, I can understand a lot of people, I have a, like, not a policy, but I have a lot of these, like, little quirks where I say, oh, I won't buy this because of this reason, because of that reason, And I know there's a lot of people that don't care about, like, little things like politics and stuff like that. And more power to you, Yeah, Dota and MOBA stuff is not everybody's cup of tea. Definitely is not. I did play Dota for a little while. It's just too wild for me. I play the dummy version. I play League of Legends, which is a lot easier. But only with friends, because it's so freaking annoying to play with random people. Oh yeah, the story is great. I love the whole Warcraft 3 story arc with the Frozen Throne. That's basically the reason I stopped playing World of Warcraft is because I didn't like the story anymore. But the whole beginning, basically Warcraft 3, Frozen Throne, and the World of Warcraft, the first expansion, this story arc, I really like that. When I look at the World of Warcraft stuff today, I just cannot really identify with that stuff anymore. But yeah, I love the campaign, especially there was this I think custom campaign they added with Frozen Throne, where you play Rexar and the Grand Brewmaster. What's his face? The panda. That was a great campaign. But just the main campaign as well was pretty good, to be fair. Now, if you look back, probably the story is maybe not like 100% up to date anymore, you know, with the dialogues and stuff, but still, it always has a place in my heart. So, I think... There we go. Finished! Well, for the most part. Oh, no, not yet. Jesus, more stuff. This needs to be perfectly level. Ugh. Oh, boy. There we go. But yeah, again, I can understand your point of view. Maybe in the future I will buy it too. I haven't decided yet. Just for fun. I don't even know that Blizzard launcher thing. I haven't opened that in a long time. Used to play a lot of Diablo 3, but that really... I don't know. I just lost interest in that as well. Overwatch never really did anything for me as well, so yeah. Help you out with a script. Oh, gee, I can try, but I'm not that big of a scripter, to be honest. I have to say, I'm more of a designer. I'm not even sure that's the right word, because I wouldn't call this designing, but I'm more of a builder than a scripter. But what kind of script are you working on, just for as for interest? Well, okay, now the circle is complete. Very nice. Yeah, now I need to get the next circle done. I need to kind of calculate how big that one is gonna be. Need the circle chart. Hold on, I need to open that up. Jesus, circle chart. Minecraft, because that's how you do that. Let's see, how long is that even? I don't even know. How long is my ship? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks. How scripted airlocks work. Okay, so you mean that you can open it up, step inside, then it closes behind you and opens in front of you? Something like that. I don't even know if you need that much script for that at all. Might be possible to... Oh, LCDs as well. Okay, that's where it definitely gets complicated, I think. Yeah, I haven't worked much with LCD stuff yet. But yeah, I think a lot of things can be done with timer blocks. So you don't have to touch scripts at all, but still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 17 times 2 is 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. So the big circle is 49. I need to write that down somewhere, otherwise I will forget again. And then I'll have to count again and again. Hold on. This is one of the only games I actually need to keep notes for. It's insane. There we go, 49. So what's the scenario you're working on with the what needs to happen in that script? So you want to have a hangar that has an airlock, basically, for a ship or for a person. So you land in that hangar with your ship and then go to an airlock, go in, it closes behind you, it opens up, and it displays something along those lines. So, hold on. 49, that means if we want to make it one or smaller, that's gonna be a 47. Oh, the DLC spinny lights. Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. That should be easy. That should be like just a timer block that fires once turns it on, and after like 5 seconds turns it off again. That should be quite easy. We need to think about this, how you would... I'm really just thinking if you could do that mostly with timer blocks. You might be able to do it without any scripting at all. Let me just think about this. Hold on. Let's say you have there is door 1. Then you go into the airlock, whatever. Oh, display with the oxygen. Well, that should be an inbuilt script already, right? I think there's already a script in-game that displays oxygen of the station. Or is it hydrogen that it displays? Hold on. I'm not even sure. I can check it here, actually. Oh no, it's not on the survival kit. For some reason on the survival kit you cannot change the screen. On every other thing you can, but here you should be able to. Content, yeah, text and scripts. No, not text and images, scripts. There we go. Oh no, it's energy and hydrogen, isn't it? Okay. So oxygen, yeah, oxygen I wouldn't even know how exact... What am I doing? Oxygen, you would have to look up what exactly you probably could get the value from oxygen tanks and then display that. Probably possible, but couldn't tell you exactly how that works. But yeah, let's say this is your airlock. I mean, one thing you could do is you could work with sensors, or you could work with a button. Let's say you have a button here, then you press that, it activates let's see, it activates a timer, it opens the first door, and then you walk in, and after a certain time it closes this door, and then it kicks off another timer block that activates the spinny lights for like 5 seconds. I would have to check out that tutorial myself. I'm not very familiar with it. But there should be like very detailed I'm pretty sure there's like good tutorials on scripting, or are these all very old by now? To be fair, there's a lot of things have changed over the update, so people probably didn't keep up with tutorials, I would imagine. But yeah, I would have to look it up myself, the exact programming language that you need to get. But yeah, it's kind of difficult to figure that out. Hold on. Now I just have to check if that... Hold on, I hope that sound doesn't go... wait, I can actually mute the video. Let me just watch that for a second. Oh god, lots of mods. Programmable block. Yeah, lots of timer blocks, yes. Oh god, yeah, that looks really old. From when is that? Oh, 2015. Jesus, yeah, that's old. I know now what you mean. That is definitely old. I mean, damn. I'm just trying to figure out where he puts the code in. I just would like to see where he does that. I saw that he placed some timer blocks. That's the most things that I wanted to do. I wanted to do a lot of things as well at the beginning with scripting blocks. But then I figured out quite quickly that a lot of things can be just circumvented with timers. Cannot even see where he does it. Hold on. Oh, he also... yeah, he uses a lot of mods too, I see. Yeah, okay. Then he goes to the workshop. Oh, okay, so he gets a script from the workshop. And I guess that script is, if it's still on the workshop, then it's probably... Actually, hold on for a second. Let me see if I can get that thing. would be kind of interesting to see if I can figure that thing out, if I can get that. Because it might be that that script is just very old by now and is completely... I mean, as far as I know, they changed the programming interface a few times. So, yeah. Let me see. Get up. What do we need for a programmable block? There we go. Computers, display, motors, large tubes. Yeah. Oh, okay, it does it without timer blocks? That's interesting. I mean, you technically everything that you do with a timer block, you can also do with a programmable block. It's just more complicated. But yeah, definitely, if you want to display how much... You would display how much oxygen is in the station, I would assume, right? That's the intention. I think that's the only thing you actually need really a script for. Everything else probably should be fixable otherwise, but yeah. Oh geez, I already forgot what I was doing there. Very well. Oh yeah, I wanted to... Oh wait, I have timer blocks and programmable blocks on my ship anyway. So, but yeah, I can also technically go into creative mode for... Hold on. I just have to figure out that I need to go back into non-creative mode after this, because I don't want to basically cheat on my ship. Oh, well, no, not cheat, but I don't want to do it in creative, let's put it that way. Let me get some batteries so it will run. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever. That's good. Okay, let me see. So I just need to really quickly check if I can see what kind of script he used there, because it wasn't really clear. I saw he used a script from the workshop, but just couldn't see which one. Oxygen lockdown. Airlock control. Okay. Let's see if we can actually find that. Well, I just see the whole interface of the the programmable block changed as well. Actually, the whole thing changed. It's kind of... Yeah. I haven't worked with them in a long time, I have to say. Content, yeah, script, that should be fine. Hold on. Oh, you have the link for the... is that the script? Airlock script. Yeah, 2000... Actually, it's... He updated that 7th of July 2019. Okay, what does it do? Timer block is not required. Yeah, I see. Okay, automatically controls any number of airlocks on ship and stations. Okay. Oh, I see. And then he links to... Yeah, okay. I see. Just trying to figure out what he exactly does. Then there's a... Well, okay, the timer blocks are not used anymore, but yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Then he does that. Yeah. Okay. I I look more experienced. Well, again, I've not done a lot of scripting. That is the big problem. I'm not sure I can really help you, to be honest. I mean, again, the whole airlock part should be easy, but I would have to take like an extended look into that thing and test a lot more. But I mean, technically speaking, let me just experiment here real quick. I know he does it with not with these, but these are more easy to work with for the most part. So technically, you would do something if you would do it with. Let's just focus on the airlock part. What you could do, for example, is say a first timer block does the following. It opens door 1, and then it starts timer block 2. And then timer block 2 has like a delay in it of 10 seconds. And that means after 10 seconds he does the next action, which would be, for example, door 1 close. And oh yeah, let's add a blinky light as well, because we can. Let's add blinky light, because blinky lights are awesome. Let's just add one. There we go, blinky light. There we go. And that one will turn blinky light on, and then start timer number 3. And timer number 3, after 10 seconds, basically will turn off blinky light and open door number 2. And technically we would probably need one more timer block, which after 10 seconds closes the next door, something like that. But yeah, let's see. I'm not even sure I have done it correctly right now, but we'll see. It's like trial and error for the most part of these things. I'm just wondering if I've done it correctly out of memory. Let me just see. Then we add one of these bad boys, and then here we'll just put that one on. So that will open this one up. Let's see if that is right. And then after 10 seconds, I should have put the delay for a little bit lower probably, but you know. We'll see. Was it already 10 seconds? I cannot tell. Let me see. Maybe I did something wrong. Also, if you play with timer blocks like that, name the timer blocks accordingly, because otherwise it's really annoying to figure out which one is which, you know? Oh yeah, I think, yeah, see, now I totally missed my timer blocks. So you would name them something smart, like timer block start, then timer block lock, and timer block unlock, or something like that. Wow, if I can frickin' spell, that is. And so the first one, then, of course energy is low, but I'm in creative mode, so I don't care. Would open door 1. And actually, that one doesn't need to be here. And then timer block lock. Let's do the delay. Let's put it on to 3 seconds. We don't need to have that much of a delay on it. Yeah, these actions are all wrong, I think. Yeah. The timer block lock will lock our first door and turn on blinky. Always name your things in a smart way if you want to have a coherent ship, seriously. I've done it with my other ship. I've been very, very diligent over there, but here, of course, I haven't. And then it will start the timer. Oh yeah, we forgot that on the first one as well. Hold on. Timer block. This one starts. Yeah, that's correct. And then timer block unlock after 3 seconds. Let's put it like that. There we go. We need to remove that. We'll open this door and stop the blinky. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure it out for myself, honestly. Okay, so this one has opened up the door. Yeah, there we go. Now it's blinking here. So yeah, that's technically how you can do it in a very easy way. And then you would have another timer block where after 3 seconds would close this door. Of course, the delay you have to kind of figure out. But that's the basic way how you would do it. So you don't have to close everything manually, right? But yeah, it's... the programming in this game is like a whole other level of complicated. It really is. So I try to avoid it for the most part. And then if I need something, I'll try to find scripts on the workshop. But then again, it's like what you have figured out already is that a lot of these scripts are outdated. They're not for this version of the game anymore. Some have the complete wrong language at this point, so it's kind of hard to do. So this is what I do. I try to work my way around with timer blocks for the most part. It is, for what I do, it's mostly fitting, because I tend to not do too many complicated things. Or in my own creative worlds, what I do is actually the even lazier way. I basically then try to find mods that work around my problem. For example, there's a lot of mods that add airlocks that are basically just one block. Basically, it's one block with 2 doors. If you open one, it closes the other, and it always manages to keep a perfect airlock. I don't know if you want to do that. I don't know if you play with too many mods, but there's definitely mods out there that can basically replace this whole idea with one singular block. I know there's one, I think it's called rotary airlock or something like that. That's quite kind of beautiful one. But yeah, sorry, I'm not very. I have like 1,500 hours in this game, but I've almost always avoided scripts. But yeah, that's I guess how people play games, right? Some people play just that aspect of the game, and others, I'm pretty sure I know 1 or 2 people that probably would do only scripts in this game and nothing else because they enjoy it so much. But yeah, but I could technically try to look into it, because in theory I should understand this stuff, because I'm by trade, I'm a programmer, so it shouldn't be like too alien to me. But I've never really bothered with, maybe that's the reason I don't like the programming thing, because I do it as a job, so I don't want to do it in my free time. Maybe that's the thing. Oh yeah, there we go. Creative tools deactivated. There we go. Right. Oh Jesus, actually already been on it for an hour. Yeah. See, I think the reason I don't do it in Space Engineers is really because I do it too much on a daily basis, and I don't want to basically replicate my work in my free time. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you, but it never interested me to do it. Maybe that is really the reason. I don't know. Maybe I could imagine, for example, a professional football player probably doesn't play a lot of football in his free time, I could imagine. Just gets bored of it, I suppose. But yeah, that's how it is. Right, so I basically finished with what I wanted to do today, more or less, I think. Yeah, next thing I need to do is to start calculating what the circles are going to be for the next floors. I mean, that's going to be annoying. But yeah, I've been on it for an hour or so, so I'm actually going to quit for today. Going to continue next week with this tremendous project. That's going to be finished in 5 years by the time I'm doing this. So yeah, thank you so much for dropping by. Just call me Dots. It's been nice talking to you. And yeah, maybe I'm gonna check out Warcraft Reforged, who knows. So thank you so much for watching. Also, everybody who watches this later on YouTube, thank you so much as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.